All right, welcome to the first week of Fall 2024 Anime Vibe Tier List, meaning I rate the most recent episodes according to how much I've personally enjoyed it. These are the list of animes that we're currently watching right now. Arifureta has not had an episode just yet, but this is kind of what we've kind of locked into. There's a bunch of different animes. If there's anything that stands out that we could watch, I would love to check it out. However, I think that I've curated pretty much a list of anime I think that would do well with my audience and kind of left out the ones that doesn't. The one thing that really hurts me is Bleach. The fact that we can't get into the shonen audience, but it is what it is. Talking about shonen, I think we should start off strong. Dandadan episode 1, easily peak. Easily fucking peak. Bro, episode 1, there's something about this anime that just feels different. I think it's the storytelling, the overall like cinematography, the direction of the anime. Every scene just interlinks itself to the next scene so quickly. It doesn't feel like it's dragging on. It's just like something is always fucking happening. And of course, the godlike animation, the amazing soundtracks, the supernatural mixed in with the occult is very interesting. Usually shows only focuses on just, you know, aliens or just supernaturals and ghosts, but we have ghosts and aliens. And it's funny how the main character, Ken, well, there's two main characters, right? The girl and the guy, they both believe in the opposite thing, but they eventually believe what is right. And in the span of one episode, they were able to like give us pretty decent characterization of both. The kid just like, the guy, Ken, right? He has no fucking friends. That's why he wants to seek out, you know, aliens, because maybe they would be his friends. And then the girl, she comes from like a family of exorcists where the granny was always teaching her how to do exorcism and stuff like that, but kind of got bullied for it by being cringe at school, but eventually realized that no, it's not. I'm not mad at granny. I'm mad at people making fun of granny, which is great introspection. The girl, main character, I think is amazing. It's nice how she isn't just this like nice little ooh girl that needs saving. Yeah, she did kind of get saved, but obviously, what the aliens were gonna do shit, right? So Ken showed up. It's an amazing combination, and she even like kind of falls in love with the kid at the end, right? She's like, damn, you know, this fucking otaku, this NEET. He's not really a NEET because he's in school right now. He was kind of manly. He was really manly. And in the span of one episode, they gave us so much. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in the future, and we gotta beat the Turbo Granny next episode. Next, let's see. Let's pick Loner Life in Another World. Now, Loner Life in Another World would have been placed mid for only rating the first episode, but at this week, second episode has already aired, and by the second episode, I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's amazing by any I don't think it's like on Dandadan tier, fuck no. But it's still pretty entertaining. I like the storytelling. I enjoy the whole storytelling aspect of what's happening in a different group, right? Because we're separated from the rest of the class. There's different factions forming. There's some fun shit happening. The otaku group is hard carrying. The gal group is just a roller coaster of being good, being bad, being good, being bad. There's a delinquents that are just pieces of shit. It's actually pretty entertaining now. Episode 1 was, what are we doing? All right, we got our skill sets. We're just kind of chilling in this new world, foraging, but that was it. Second episode showed me more potential of this show, and I am more engaged with the story. I'm gonna keep it in good for now. Next up, Appraisal Isekai? Dude, I feel like it should be great if not good. Like, this is actually really such a good, I can't say good adaptation because I don't know what the source material is, but if I'm judging like all the different isekais and just like random shows like it's adapted, Isekai is pretty damn good. There's quality in this. I'm not gonna say it's fucking amazing, right? It's not, I don't think it's really in the realm of the 8 out of 10s, but this is, I think, like a 7.5, and that's plenty good. I love the whole politics and the discussions, right? It's not just random stupid meetings that people don't like. It's like high stakes negotiations, and just to kind of give more depth to the world, the politics, the diplomacy. It's a really good show if you enjoy elements like that. For sure, check it out if you haven't. Let's see. Next up, Dragon. Is it mid? I don't know. First episode, judging by the animation quality, it was pretty good. not amazing, not peak, but it wasn't bad, right? And I talk about how my standards of animes has been so deteriorated due to summer 2024, due to shit like Tower of God Season 2 Part 1 and Failure Frame. It's alright, but there's nothing really going on. It's mid. Mid isn't bad, mid isn't good. It's just, alright, dragon got reincarnated into a human body, meets Snake Lady, and there's some exciting action scenes, but beyond that, it's just eh. Let's see. Orb? Yep. This anime is great. You monkeys don't know how to recognize greatness, bro. You genuinely have no idea what you're missing out on if you're not watching this. This is by Studio Madhouse. This is not a random bullshit fucking isekai show. This is not a random bullshit power fantasy. Ooh, girls. Nah. We're in the fucking 15th century, baby. And if you go against what the church thinks is right about the world and how the earth is the center of the universe, if you mention that possible different theories could exist, you gonna get fucking hung. You gonna get fucking crucified. There are stakes involved with this. And I loved the first episode. And I do want to check out the second episode tonight. I was worried about the performance. Let's bring up the performance of this show real quick. Where is Orb? Here it is. It's honestly not doing bad. In the beginning, it was bad, right? But there's a lot of tourists that is, look at this, right? You can look at the current viewership over the last 48 hours. There's been a little bit of a spike through the YouTube search engine, meaning not a lot of people are creating content around this, but there is seemingly a demand for it. It's hitting enough numbers to continue. I would like to check out episode 2 today. Has the audience? No, it hasn't been enough. But it's a lot of Japanese people actually checking this out. Interesting. But I had a bad feeling about this anime because I saw quality in it, but the themes, the storytelling, the overall mood and atmosphere, probably not what my monkey audience wants, but it's an amazing anime. Check it out. Next up. What's another mid anime? This. Bro. This healer anime. Bro, this fucking healer anime is just... it's not even isekai, right? It's just standard fantasy, guild, adventure, dungeon shit. All the shit that I love. But, like, what is it really about? A dude that saved a girl a long time ago. The girl is showing up now with different hair as a martial artist. The dude doesn't know. The dude is, like, a healer, but, like, got banished because he sucks at healing. But he's actually good at everything. And the guild can't recognize him. It's just trash, right? It's just trash, right? But it could be enjoyable trash. I think that we should let it cook. I think that we need to give it a couple more episodes to see what it's really about. The setup episode wasn't enough of a hook for me. Let's look at this. Yeah, it's just like, you know, barely making it in. You know, if you look at the performance in the typical range, it's just at the floor right now. But I had a feeling that, you know, my audience would probably enjoy slop like this. So, you know, maybe we could check out one more. We'll see. The receptionist is hot. Sure, but if that's enough for you to watch an anime, what does that say about you, man? Where's the fucking story? We gotta let it cook. We gotta let it cook. I think it's mid for now, though. What's another mid anime? I can't say mid about this. I thought Blue Box was great. But here's the thing. Blue Box is basically two genres that performs the worst in my channel combined into one. We have sports and rom drama. It's a hard sell. It's a hard sell. Let's look at the analytics for this one. It's a hard sell for sure. Better than expected. In the beginning, it was worrisome. There's definitely more people checking it out. Simply because of what? Simply because of this video that made an hour after. Blue Box actually got carried here. You know why? Because I made this video saying, uh-oh, I have bad news. In the span of 5 minutes, it got more views than Blue Box could ever. And I'm like, in this video, guys, Blue Box says, uh-oh, guys, you better go do something about it. Then everyone's like, oh, gotta comment, gotta go. Took a video 10 minutes to outperform Blue Box, 107 likes. I mean, he's not wrong, you know? He's not fucking wrong, you know? I want to check out a couple more, you know? The performance is decent, but it's just so funny how you don't see it anymore. There was like a loss of 7 to another one, but I see quality. I do see quality, though. I want to check it out more. Next up. Let's talk about Tower of God. Last night we watched it, and I think it's good. I think it's good. Tower of God was not mid. The most recent episode, workshop battle, obviously new setting, new hype arc. It's like a tournament arc setting. We have the old roster of characters from season 1 that we actually give a fuck about making it onto the stage. Things are pretty fun. Now, the animation is a bit is worrisome, but Bandai Namco has seemingly taken over the Answer Studio for Core 2. If you don't know, the Answer Studio is the one that ruins Core 1. We're in Core 2 now with seemingly a different studio. There wasn't much action to definitively say that the anime is saved. We need to wait, right? We could still be catfish, but let's be cautiously optimistic. There's no need to be a doomer about it, but you should hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It was a good episode. Next up. Let's talk about this anime. I thought this is pretty good too. The Villainous anime. I thought it was decent. A lot of people are saying mid. I enjoyed the whole setup. Mainly because we're making so many stupid jokes about the stupid princes, right? There was a lot of sus shit happening with those princes trying to fucking like court an 8-year-old. Like, what the fuck is happening? They're like giving gifts. They're like, oh my god, look at this girl. And stuff like, what the hell? I don't even know how old those dudes are. Hopefully they're in the fucking same age range. But the overall setup was interesting. She is leaning into this theme of, I want to be a villainess. I am a professional hater. And once the main heroine shows up, the goody two-shoes light fucking element sage type, you know, in these always the ultimate shows, I'm excited to see what the villainess is gonna do. And it said every time the villainess does something heinous or evil, the people love it more. So it's looking like we're gonna hard commit to the quote-unquote bad ending with the villainess, you know? And I'd like to see where this goes on. Next up. Grieving Souls. Grieving Souls is also good. I don't think it's great by any means, right? I think that there is a clear difference in the production and the overall like feeling that I had when watching these shows compared to these. These are also fun, but I just feel like the polish isn't really on that same caliber. It's a fun show. It's like basically Masayuki from Tensura, and if you don't know Masayuki, then it's basically King from One Punch Man. If you don't know King, it's basically fucking Usopp from One Piece. Basically these quote-unquote frauds that are not really as powerful as everyone hypes themselves up to be. But this guy actually seems to be pretty OP because he has relics, and he has a lot of relics that's gonna like boost him up in terms of powers, I guess. They introduced the whole relic system. They introduced us how the dungeons are working. He basically sent off this newbie party to go take care of this dungeon, but it turns out this dungeon is actually way stronger than it is because of the phantoms, right? And now he has to go there while everyone is glazing, right? The party that got sent to death is doing mental gymnastics in their head to say, oh my god, Cry is such a genius. It's the meaning to this. And the people that's seeing that Cry is fucked up is saying, no, this is all part of the plan, or oh my god, you're such a good person, you're gonna go look after them. While Cry himself is like, what am I doing with my life? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just a bunch of mishaps and misunderstandings that turns into a funny show. It's good. It's good. Next up. Maid. I feel like the Maid anime was... I thought it was great. I think that there is polish and quality here. I can tell that like there is passion and love poured into the anime rather than it being just, you know, one of these, you know, like there is quality in these shows. When you actually watch the anime, the attention to detail, the little things like the reflections in the water of showing the bangs, or just like the overall just like animation quality and direction, it's a cut above the rest. And I thought that the maid show, it's nothing special. And I meme about how this is the true male fantasy anime, right? Like the true power fantasy isn't fucking this show, this show, this show. No. The true power fantasy is this, where you don't have to do fucking anything and a maid will show up at your front door. And because she has so much fucking emotional baggage, if you don't be affectionate towards her, you're basically being rude and mean to her and she's gonna get all emo. So you have to be nice to her. The overall setup is pretty funny, right? Just a fucking single kid, you know, just teenager at his house. Parents are gone conveniently, and the maid shows up, and you gotta be all nice and feed her tonkatsu, and it's just like, oh my god, why couldn't it be me, right? If you look beyond the overall, you know, superficial, shallow setup, I think that there's love poured into the show, and I think that it could be a wholesome rom-com that we could enjoy for this season. Next up, yeah, she loves the sauce. She loves the tonkatsu sauce. All right, next up, what do we have? We got a mix of everything. Blue Lock. Let's talk about Blue Lock. Blue Lock? Dude, I was worried. I was genuinely worried about Blue Lock performance. Let's look at the performance first of all. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We're in. I didn't think that Blue Lock would do this well. I was genuinely worried, especially for a season 2. But it's looking like my content is resonating with Blue Lock enjoyers, and there's a lot of tourists coming in. This is a really good thing, right? Look at this shit, right? 59.4% not subscribed. Whenever you see YouTubers complaining and crying about, oh guys, 90% of you aren't subscribed, click the fucking sub button, shut the fuck up. That's a great problem to have. Having an influx of completely new audience that's checking out your content to eventually make them into subs is an amazing problem to have. This is great. We're tapping into a totally different audience that are Blue Lock enjoyers. And the first episode alone, I thought was pretty fucking good. I'm not even glazing. Dude, first episode was really fucking good. Now, there was no soccer action. That's the worrisome part, right? It's great because there was nothing to animate. It was just a bunch of dialogue and hype setting the stage. The art, the soundtracks, the voice acting, everything. Oh, amazing. But what's gonna happen when they start running? You know? What's gonna happen when they start playing the fucking game? That is when we need to start being worried about, you know? But overall, the first episode, I like the whole Rin and Sai backstory. The opening, it made it look like Sai is the main character. Isagi, this is such an interesting thing where Blue Lock power scaling, right now, I feel like Temple Monk has a better shot than Isagi. And that's crazy, right? It's like every time Blue Lock has like these little mini arcs, Isagi starts from the bottom and eventually gets to the top, right? Last arc, last season, Isagi was on top by the end. He was competing with fucking Rin, bro. But now, it's like every new mini arc, Isagi like gets like a level reset. It's like he's at the very bottom now and he has to go all the way back to the top, right? And I think that is the proper way to do it, right? How are you going to basically hype up all these different characters and to have you root for the main character if he's always OP? Basically, it's like a seasonal. It's basically like a like a seasonal ARPG, like fucking Diablo or fucking Path of the Exile. What I mean by that is every mini arc treated like a season where Isagi grinds to the top, but in the beginning of every season, he gets fucking reset, and everyone else just gets introduced and looks fucking good, you know? Like Temple Monk right now. Temple Monk, for whatever reason, the look in his face, the confidence he has, makes me think that he's gonna do better than Isagi, and I actually hope that he does. But for overall, first episode, great. Now, let's see what happens when the frame starts moving, right? It's easy to have a good episode like that, but when the game starts, that's when we need to be critical about the show. Now, let us talk about Grieving Soul. No. This is the yapping one. This is the yapping anime. It was good. Talker was good. It's another show where, you know, there isn't crazy polish. It's got a limited budget, it seems like. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It was overall decent. The direction of episode 1 was interesting because it was all like it was... How do I even explain? They immediately throw us into this world of like demon hunters or some shit, right? And there's this whole system of like people wanting to create clans and look good, and if you're young and hot and popular, it props up the whole industry and makes more people sign up. I actually enjoyed the whole overall setup of episode 1, even though nothing seemed to happen. The overall way of like him just trying to make a clan while his teammates are being shitty, like the couples are gonna have already betrayed us. That fucking, what's it called? The belligerent drunk guy? Walter? Like, the characters in this show are very interesting. Like, what? Like, I'm like so conflicted on whether or not I should like or hate this guy, and it keeps me on my toes. The stupid ass couple too. It definitely had me interested. I'm not sure how you guys felt about, you know, episode 1, but I was actually very engaged with the story to see what's gonna happen now as he tries to make his own party or clan or whatever, right? So, episode 2 is airing tonight. This is just judging episode 1. Danmachi! I think that Danmachi is here. Yup. Now, it's sad that Danmachi will not get the recognition it deserves, despite it being an isekai show that should do well on my channel. And why is that? Couple reasons. Danmachi is in its fucking 5th season, bro. 5th season. It's hard to get people caring about a show that started 9 years ago, right? Yeah, ReZero started 8 years ago, but it's 3rd season. And on top of that, I've had an entire... ReZero is a way bigger name than Danmachi. And I've been farming ReZero every fucking day for the last 2 months to carefully set up myself for the season. Danmachi is not really the same, right? Seasons 1 to 3 content does not even exist on my channel. Season 4, sure, it kind of exists, but that happened a long time ago. And the Danmachi... I would think that, like... there would be a lot of Danmachi enjoyers, but that just isn't the case. But it's doing well enough for me to keep, and I'm not gonna drop it. Danmachi is a quality anime. It's JC Staff's prized child. It's their magnum opus, their flagship product. You know, JC Staff is gonna fuck around, you know, handling a lot of different animes, like fucking what's the other one right now, right? Fucking Mao-sama 99. Like this one, 2099. There's a lot of stuff that JC Staff handles, but they give their like all priority and their best talents to Danmachi, and you can see it, bro. And the ending, oh my god, bro, what the fuck was that ending? The Freya animation. I will finish Danmachi even if it flops on my channel. This is one of those times where I'll pull out the get out of jail free card, right? I can't do this every time. I can't do it every time, but sometimes I can intentionally tank a show. And Danmachi, if it fails, I will keep it up just because I love Danmachi. And finally, I'm sorry guys, ReZero, 90 minutes of fucking filler, 90 minutes of just recap filler. I'm tired of this bullshit. When are we gonna get our action? Bro, ReZero is so trash. All they do is yap and talk. Where's my action? I was promised a Marineford arc, and nothing happens. You guys are glazing this fucking isekai, saying that this is the best anime of all time. I don't think so. The true season 3 isekai that's gonna top everything is Arifureta. Arifureta will be up here. You guys have no idea what's gonna happen. ReZero is an overhyped, overglazed show. I can't believe why you retards would watch this. I can't believe why certain people would go out of their way to make a fucking playlist for ReZero that has how many videos now? 248 videos now. Who watches this garbage, bro? Who watches this garbage? Like, it's crazy. Can't believe you losers. But that's it for Fall 2024. I'm sure some people are gonna get actually baited by that, right? I'm sure some people are actually gonna get... I can't believe you fucking... Brother, I am Mr. ReZero at this point. Nah, that's a little bit audacious. There's plenty of other content creators that's covering ReZero at my depth and analysis. ReZero is a fantastic show. I loved episode 1. It was a fucking 3-hour movie night for us, man. So fucking juicy, full of content. Man, I can't wait for the rest of the fucking show. And the best part, ReZero is not even just like ending in like this season. It's gonna be happen like 38 episodes that's gonna get spread out throughout this year and next year. Bro, we're gonna be eating ReZero content all throughout 2025 too. I'm so glad Peak is back. I just wish that Crunchyroll would have some fucking competition so they can fucking actually do themselves better. And for you that says, don't get mad at Crunchyroll, they fixed their problem For what? If I shit on the ground in my own house, then I clean it up, are you supposed to say thank you? You made the mistake. That should have never happened. I'm glad that they covered it up, but it should have never happened. Some motherfuckers literally are like, oh my god, Crunchyroll the GOAT. Oh my god. Like, what? Are you fucking crazy? I wish that we had better fan subs, Bo, but it is the current state. And I think this right now is the overall state of fall 2024 of the animes that I've personally watched. All right? And if you are gonna get triggered and mad that me, a random person's opinion on anime is hurting you, you know what that means? It means that you actually give a fuck about what I think. It means that you see me as daddy. And guess what? I ain't coming back for milk. Go fuck yourself.